Click on the subscribe button, especially the bell on the right side. Otherwise, you will miss the latest videos. Now, the first thing that you do is, say, for example, this is the Prashna chart. Let me share the screen. Okay. Is the first thing you see is obviously the Lagna. Okay. But most people forget to, people switch from Lagna, no planet, then Lagna Lord. Okay. That is how they do it. But that is not the way to do it. What you need to observe is which sign is in the Lagna. Are you getting it? Hello? I can
Yes,
hear
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
which sign is in the Lagna. Okay. Then you try to identify things around you and the querist, the person who's asking the question. Okay. Or even if somebody has not asked a question, you have a right to do prashna. Many people teach things a bit differently. They say, no, somebody has to ask the prashna. It is not necessary. You can ask the prashna on behalf of the client. If you're checking your horoscope, you're not getting the right deductions out of it. So what do? Okay, you ask him. You, apart from looking at the horoscope, you see a prashna. Okay, when will he get a job, or is he facing a problem in his job? Okay, something like that is what you see. Now, in this prashna, the sign is Sagittarius. So what all can we deduce? I want you all to contribute. Let us see.
So Sagittarius is a positive sign. It's a male sign. It is a Dvitiya sign. It is a Agni Tattva whose lord is a Akash Tattva. It is now correctly pointing towards the north, which is in the Kundli in the Lagna. So this can be a starting point at which a sort of semblance of what the question might be could be deduced. It is also a sign of the Guru. The Lagna itself seems to be occupied by some planet, so has to be some issue with that Guru. Considering there is Saturn there, who will also be the 10th and 11th lord, so he's owner of a Trik Sthan. Mercury for Sagittarius Lagna is also owner of the Kendra. It's also sitting in the Kendra. So a lot of clues can come from just seeing the sign itself. It is also two body parts of a different animal fused into one. So there could be a bit of duality involved. A person is probably between two decision making, between two aspects. So, fair few things from just the sign can be seen. In my limited knowledge.
Varun or Monica or Marina. धर्मजीत जरा थोड़ा बैकग्राउंड पीछे बच्चे लोग को थोड़ा रिक्वेस्ट कर दे. हाँ, मरीना. Marina.
Yes, I'm here. I'm not that experienced as Jared Dharamjit.
But I guess Mercury on in a Lagna make me think that it's I don't know, something talkable and communication and
Good.
with.
Did you all attend that lecture of mine in beginner's course level 2, where I had
Yes.
done a prashna and shown what is happening in everybody's life? Do you all remember that lecture?
Yes.
Remember, I predicted somebody's husband and spouse would have gone away. 2 people confirmed that, correct? What did I teach over there? I taught that the word prashna itself is incomplete. Incomplete. The time at this moment, when you're constructing a horoscope of this moment, okay, at that time, it is everybody around you. Are you getting it? It is everybody around you that is performing some act that you are connected to, either directly or indirectly. Correct? This has been my observation, and hence my way of interpreting a prashna is not to time an event. I cannot time an event with prashna because I have not read the books on prashna. I learned prashna only by becoming my own guru, which is observational astrology. As I said in some of my videos, that when I used to work in the office, I used to constantly keep Jagannath Hora on. If boss comes behind, I will do Alt Tab and the screen will change, and the Word file or Excel sheet that I was working on, he will see that. You're getting it? But what was I doing at that time? Anybody calling me up, who is that person calling? What is going to talk? Okay, is he going to ask money from my company? Is he going to fight about a service? Or I'm calling up somebody to receive some payments? Okay, so I will look at third house, this, that, etc., everything. Okay, the time of this movement shows past, present, future, shows in quantum, in completeness, okay, what all has happened in my life at this moment and in the lives of others also. That means if you want to understand time, and if you think there are 7 billion people on this earth, okay, and if you think that any given point of time 3.5 billion people are awake, okay, 3.5 billion people are sleeping on this side of the hemisphere, that side of the hemisphere. That means, okay, what are you seeing with that chart of that movement? You are seeing this is what the 9 planets are doing now. They are delivering results for 3.5 billion people or 7 billion people, whichever way you want to take it. Okay, I would take it 7 billion. Even when somebody is sleeping, it's being delivered. Am I right or wrong? Because what is a prashna? It is nothing but gochar, na? It is nothing but gochar, transits. In transits, what are the planets doing? They are delivering results. Transits are the delivery boys. Understanding? So, when you look at a chart like this, and I will explain it to you, this has always been my absolute secret method. And the reason it has been secret is because I developed it myself of just observing. Point is, I can observe, okay, I can observe only 1, 2, or 3 or 4 events. But if I am a real Jyotish, I need to deduce to find out 3.5 billion events. Am I right or wrong? Most people, see, if I release this video on YouTube, most of them will criticize it because nobody has ever thought like this. Because for them, my question is simple. Okay, let's assume you go to Kerala, okay, my native place. One house, next to that another house, correct? Okay, let me not take Kerala because Kerala people have different system of prashna. Okay, north, I'm in Delhi. I have my house here, another person has house next door. Two people are coming to both of us at the same time. Both of us construct the prashna. Correct? Will both the people, both the clients have the same problem? Logically think. Let's assume you go to all these fairs, in Delhi there are, or in Bombay also these days, I think they started. So many fairs, astrology fairs they have. In fairs, they put up all these stalls for consultation. 10 people in a stall asking for a reading. 10 people, 10 clients go to them. 10 clients, 10 prashna charts. So then, all of them will have the same problem. Am I right or wrong? Because what is our traditional prashna teaching us? Our traditional prashna is teaching us, okay, that one person is coming to you, use Lagna or Lagna Lord, Chandra or Hora Lord, and find out why he has come to you, what is his prashna. So we are coming up with only one answer. So all these 10 astrologers sitting in a line, will they all come with the same answer? Ideally, yes. Correct? So our traditional, or whatever is the remaining part of our tradition, I would not say traditional teaching, whatever is the remaining part and what is being now followed all over the world, okay, is not so complete, is my humble submission. People can agree, people cannot agree. I do not care about it. Okay. I will never try to fight with an astrologer, okay, and say I am more beautiful than you, okay, or your knowledge is lesser and my knowledge is bigger. That's what's happening on YouTube. But now you come to this prashna. As I said, the prashna has to show everything around me. I have demonstrated that in that live reading when I did, I think 2 months back or something, I did that live reading when everybody's, whatever was happening in everybody's life. Right now, there I predicted whatever is happening in everybody's life. Right now, I'm predicting what's happening around me. Yes. First thing, Sagittarius. That means I should be doing some 9th house activity. Correct? Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
The Lagna degree is 22.
Yes.
Okay. So that means 1 hour 37 minutes earlier, Sagittarius sign started. So what was I doing at that time? I was praying. 9th house activity.
Yes.
Correct? Shani is placed over there. something to do with Shani after that I did, which is, I do not know if you all can see.
Sir, brilliant. I was in a Shani temple 1.5 hours back.
Exactly. Exactly. Because Mercury is there, you might have traveled. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now, in my case also Mercury is there. Saturn and Mercury in the Lagna. I did not travel. But what did I do? From my puja ghar, that small thing you see over there, to my kitchen, I went 5 times. Are you getting it? For that week. First and foremost, I was not getting the tray. It is a square tray. Okay. It's a very good remedy. Okay. You should take a square tray, 4 wicks at the corner. Put tilka tel. Okay. If you have Rahu problems or anybody done tantra or black magic or evil eye, then put mustard oil. Okay. Now, Mercury is Karaka of communication.
Yes, sir.
Correct? So somebody would say a phone call must have come. Yes, I got a call from my wife. Mercury is 7th lord. Correct?
Some business call also, sir.
I
Business
made a
related.
business call. I made a business call to US. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So my wife called up. हाँ, भाजी क्या बने? मेथी ना? Okay. I just now asked, that's my cook. So, second lord of food, Saturn is second lord. I asked her, what have you made? She said, dal and methi. Methi is green color.
Yes, sir.
Mercury, Saturn is
Yeah.
Lagna, Saturn is second lord.
And sir, Saturn represents servants also. So cook is your employee, as
Employee.
maid and also employee. Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
And I communicated with her.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I communicated with her. Mercury again. Okay. Now, as I said, I got a phone call from my wife. Now, you know what practice you should do is you see a chart once. It should be right in your photographic memory. This Lagna, first house, here. Second house, Ketu moon. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. It should go in your memory. Then you stop the screen share. So when I'm talking, you're not necessarily looking. You're using your brain also, hearing also, analyzing also. You understand? Like right now, I'm not seeing at the chart. I'm just talking. Okay. Maybe Jupiter, Venus is in the 11th house. Sun, the 9th lord, will be in the 12th house. Now, where is Mars? You tell me.
Sir, 10th house. 10th house, sir, in Virgo. Sir, I think you have some arguments as Mars shows fightings and all.
No, I was just supposed to call up a business partner and tell him, why did you miss that reading? Okay, just check that, communicate with office. That's it. It was a 10-second call just before this lecture. I did it.
Yes.
But Mars is metal.
Okay.
Mars is metal. A3. 9th house is God, 9th house is Puja. Mars is in 10th house aspecting Lagna Shani. Okay. So I will use something metallic. Okay. To please Shani. 9th lord is Surya. Okay. In the 12th house, copper. It is a copper thing. It is a, you all can see it, right? It's a copper.
जी सर
कि लाके दिखाऊं मैं, समझ रहे हैं ना? You
नहीं
understand?
नहीं समझ
It's a copper thing, square. Okay. A3 is with Mars. So I was not getting it. The thing is, 8th Lord is the house, it shows darkness. A3 is the third house, is the Arud of the 8th house. So it will also bring in darkness. So the metallic thing that I was using to pour the oil was hidden somewhere. Actually, it was hidden down, right behind something, for which I called up wife. A3 is there. A3 is
Yes, sir.
communication.
Communication.
Mercury sign,
Yes, sir.
communication. Okay. Then because it is aspecting Saturn, I asked my cook, where is that kept here? I called up wife again. She had called up first time asking for food. Khana khaya ki nahi khaya? Have you eaten food or not? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mercury is dual lord, 7th lord and 10th lord.
Yes, sir.
Second from 9th shows the samagri for the puja. Puja is 9th house. Samagri means English mein equipment.
Material.
Equipment. What you will use. Lagna is first house. Second house is food. For the survival or sustenance or the pleasure of the body, you take second house. From second house you draw food. From second house you draw money for your body, for your pleasure. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
So second from 9th also shows what you can draw from it, the energy that you can draw from it. Understandable? Marina, are you with me? Then you take Saturn, Mercury, something green. It was behind something green. Okay, let's not go into that detail. That is useless. Okay, let me share the screen for the new ones who have come.
Bang on, sir. बहुत बढ़िया सर, बहुत फैंटास्टिक
Let
जो
me-
आपने बताया सर.
Yeah, thank you. Let me just allow these people to become panelists. Now, we are still at the first house. We are still at the first house. Another way to see that I might have fought with my wife, okay, is Lagna Lord Jupiter is with the 4th Lord Gharwali, is with the 6th Lord of Servants, Venus, in the 11th house. With A2, A2 means food. She is the cook. So I asked her, where do you all keep? Yeah? You all keep on changing the places. Okay. The other thing that can be deduced from here is I was very upset with my servant for coming in late, with my cook for coming in late. Saturday and Sunday, invariably, she comes late. Every time, every week, in spite of me telling her, I have huge acidity problems. I get up at 5, sometimes 4:30. And then by the time I finish my meditation, prayers, etc., it is 8, 8:30 or sometimes 9:30, 10. So my stomach pains quite a lot. Still she came late, and today I had a 10 o'clock lecture with you all. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So I told her, you come late again. and I don't like to complain to people. Now, let us see who is Saturn. Saturn is, we saw the combination of Saturn, Mercury, okay, communication with cooks, communication with servant, okay, and we also saw lighting of the lamp, okay, lighting of the lamp. So out of 7 billion events, we have come up with only 2 or 3 as of now, correct? Then communication with wife, 4 event, 5th event maximum. See, the power of Jyotish is so limited when you compare it with the universe. Our knowledge of Jyotish is useless, absolutely useless, when you look at it from this gamut of an angle. Now, what is this Saturn? Saturn is second lord. That means it is dispositor of Ketu and Moon. Correct? Dispositor of Ketu and Moon. Now, Ketu shows break, Moon shows travel. Correct? Ideally, I need to call up my mother right now because she's about to travel from one place to the other. Okay, from a particular village to an airport. She's going to travel. So ideally, I need to call her up at 11 o'clock and ask her, has she boarded the car? Now, the other thing is, because Ketu and Moon are together and Saturn is the dispositor, okay, I know they are going to take a break in the travel and eat some food on the way, second house of food. Are you all understanding? This is the future part. And I know for sure because that is how they have planned it. That is how they have planned it. Then Saturn is also third lord of communication. Travel, short travel. Correct?
Yes.
Now, it is with Mercury. So somebody among you or somebody in my life, this transit, this prashna is for 5, 6, 7, 8 of us who are present here today. Is going to travel and is probably going to travel probably a long distance, but it will have a break in between. You understanding?
Yes, sir.
Saturn is third lord of servants also. Let us not forget that. Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, chapter 11, shloka number 3. Most of us take 6th house, but Parashar Rishi has written 3rd house. So for last several decades, this mistake has been happening in the Jyotish teaching. Okay. Who is the Karaka of dogs? Which planet is that? One is Saturn. Some people take
Ketu,
Rahu.
sir.
Ketu, sir. Ketu.
Ketu.
Ketu, sir.
Some people take Ketu for cats. Some
Rahu
people take Ketu for dogs. Some people take Rahu for dogs. That is the reason they say if you want to please Rahu, okay, feed dogs.
black dogs.
In traditional this thing, because in Lal Kitab the Karakatva changes in Lal Kitab astrology. Saturn, okay, Dharmaraja or this thing, you know, Yama
Yes.
as dog as the thing, okay, or pets, okay. Now, I was doing my puja. In my puja, will there be break? Yes or no?
Yes.
Who said yes?
So me.
And if yes, then why so?
So because Ketu is with moon, Ketu is break, Ketu is also cat or pets. Either a cat or something must have come in between. And what we see the sign of A9, it is in the for the ninth house of puja.
No, no.
So
You're right in
ninth house.
most part, but except the cat part.
Like Saturn is dispositor of Ketu. So
No, no. First and foremost, why are we forgetting the fundamentals?
So ninth
Ninth
house
house.
is owned by
Ninth
sun.
house is your religious activity. Fifth house is your mantra. Correct? So you look at fifth house, fifth lord from Lagna and from Moon. Am I right? Fundamentals, we have to go systematically. We have to go systematically. So fifth house has A6, A8. A8 shows my sadhana. Over there, Uranus is there. 100% there will be break in my mantra. A6 is there. A6 is obstacles. A6 also shows servants. It is the Arudha. Correct? So here one possibility is determined. Then the Lord of it, where is the Lord going? The Lord is going here. It has A3 and the sign is Virgo. Wherever Virgo sets in your horoscope, there will always be obstacles, obstacles, obstacles. The way of seeing horoscope like this, just using signs in the houses, earlier nobody used to do. When in 2003, 2004 in Yahoo groups, in SJC groups, when I wrote it, they were like, man, you're creating something new. I've demonstrated it hundreds of times. That it is a very simplified way of astrology. Chalo, you all tell me, don't tell me your horoscope, tell me your neighbor's horoscope. Okay? That means I do not care whichever horoscope you are using. Okay? Varun, can you think of a horoscope where Virgo is, whatever is the Lagna? Just tell me the Lagna.
Aries, Aries.
Okay. Tell me about the sixth house matter and this Virgo thing. Is Virgo working in the sixth house? Lot of obstacles in job, breaks, this, that.
Virgo is a mystical sign.
Okay.
Virgo is a mystical sign.
Dharamjit.
So today morning, the person I went to the Shani temple with had a Virgo Lagna.
Sorry?
The person with whom I went to the Shani temple with, because he's having job problem, has a Virgo Lagna.
Right. I am saying, does he face lot of obstacles, drawbacks,
Yes.
breaks,
Yes.
badai, unseen obstacles?
Yes.
Badai means unseen obstacles.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Monica, tell any Lagna that you know of, any person that you know of.
so Leo.
Leo. So second house of family, has he broken away from his family or breaks in income or fights in the family or he eats delayed food?
No, sir.
So how is Virgo working in his second house? You need to tell me his life.
Sir, अभी in his business, some matter has come with income tax.
Legal
related.
problem.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 6th house of
Yes, sir.
Virgo, 6th house of legal problem. Fundamentals we cannot forget.
Yes, sir.
This is the hidden yoke. This is what I taught in America. The hidden yokes in the horoscope. Are you getting it? They
Yes,
were
sir.
all like mesmerized. Because something fundamentals like this, we don't touch. We forget. Yes, Dharamji.
सर ये खोखा कुंडली है जो आपने एक बार मेंशन
What
किया,
is
ये वो
called
नहीं.
Khoka Kundli in Maharashtra? Okay. What is called Khoka Kundli in Maharashtra is just the Rashi chart. That is the meaning of Khoka Kundli, where you have all the 9 planets.
Okay.
I have gone beyond. Just give me a second. Somebody at the door. Now go and see who came. Now predict right now who came in my house. Hello.
Sir, some lady.
No, it was a male.
Sir, someone came for some money.
Bang
Paper
on.
wala ya something.
Bang on.
Wow.
The ironing boy came. Again, an employee.
Second.
Second lord, third lord, Saturn. Correct?
Mercury is money.
Second lord of clothes, fourth lord of clothes. Connection है कि नहीं है? Saturn, second house is clothes, Abhushan. Fourth house is again clothes. Fourth lord and Lagna lord is having sambandh with Saturn, is having a relationship with Saturn, because Saturn is in Lagna. So it is connecting again with the fourth lord and the Lagna lord, Jupiter. So the ironing guy came and gave me clothes, and it was in a white bag. Saturn is dispositor of moon. Am I making sense? Then he asked for money, and I said, no, my recording is going on. Can you take it later? Saturn is second lord also, but again dispositor of Ketu. So break, some interruption. So while we were speaking, while we were doing this recording, twice we got interrupted. One because of the cook, second lord,
Yes, sir.
because it is dispositor of Ketu. Ketu will show interruption. Ketu will show interruption. You look at your horoscope. Fundamentals are so simple. Check any horoscope right now. Where if the Ketu is afflicted, of course, that's the condition. Okay. Okay. And that condition, nobody says it. I never say it on Facebook. I let people fight. People have so much of energy to ask as if they own you, or that way. You see this. Ketu's dispositor, anywhere it goes. In your horoscope, in your husband's horoscope, friend's horoscope, there will be interruptions in that area of life. My Ketu's dispositor goes in 11th house. Okay? Always fluctuations, interruptions in money, in income. Fluctuations in network of friends. 11th house is network of friends. Every 3 years, I will delete all my contacts, create new contacts. I just delete it from the phone. It's a nature. It's a nature. Today, if you ask me my job contacts, and even if I have some work with my old job contacts, I don't have that number because I don't store it. And thanks to Gmail, you know, if we don't sync it, then your contacts are not saved nowadays. So you check your horoscope. Is it working? Give me an example. Varun, Dharamjit.
Sir,
Anyone?
wherever Ketu will sit, it will let you also do that thing.
No. Okay, sorry.
Wherever Ketu will sit in your horoscope,
Huh.
this is what I have also found out. It will ensure that you do that task at least twice every time.
That
Like-
we have said it. It is mentor's technique. I have said it in the video. Wherever Ketu sits, always that same thing will repeat 2-3 times. If Ketu in 10th house, you can have 2-3 professions or 2-3 changes of job. It is not my
Right.
technique, it is mentor's technique. I have said it in previous videos. I am now saying a slight different thing, which is the dispositor of Ketu, which house it is going and sitting. It will show interruptions. Is that working? Yes,
Yes,
or
sir.
no? Give me
Yes,
example.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes.
Ketu in my own Kundli is the lord of the Ketu's dispositor is in the 7th house.
That's it.
Seven.
Now,
Yeah.
7th house is what? Profession, business,
Profession,
wife,
partnerships,
marriage,
marriage, all those things. Yes.
all those things happening, interruptions, disruptions.
Yes. Very much.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. You're right.
Varun, have you checked? Marina, have you checked in several horoscopes mentally?
Yes, it is there. I will also give an example over here, sir. Someone has a Ketu in the 3rd house. Right. Dispositor goes to 6th house. Whenever that person goes out of the house, that person will again come back. Either he's forgotten the
जी आपकी आवाज ब्रेक हो रही है
Break हो रही है आपकी आवाज
Yeah,
में.
Awaz is not clear.
The second house in the Prashna
Yes,
has
sir.
Ketu, na?
Speech. Ketu, second house is for
Hmm.
speech, and Ketu is there. So break in speech.
Okay, repeat, Varun.
the thing is that I have seen wherever Ketu is sitting, its dispositor going to 6th house. That person, whenever goes out of the house, will again come back. Either he has forgotten his keys or his purse or something. Every time.
So good. Okay, now give me a second. Now, I went and I closed my bedroom door because some noise was coming. Noise is which house? You hear. If you don't
It's
hear,
the
there
third
is no
house.
noise. Third house. Are you getting it? If you don't hear, third house is yours. Okay. Saturn is third lord. Saturn is dispositor of Ketu. Okay. So, some noise, third lord, Ketu disruption. Okay. Saturn is sitting in the house of Jupiter. Jupiter is the fourth lord. Correct? Jupiter is with Venus, who's the sixth lord of accidents. From third house of neighbor, sixth house is the fourth. Neighbor's car. The neighbor was banging the front bonnet of his car. Somebody had banged it. So he was banging it more, trying to correct it or whatever. Are you understanding? This is one more event out of the 7 billion events. Either Jyotish is wrong or we are wrong. We know Jyotish is not wrong. We know for sure our ability to understand planets is very limited. If you take Prashna, just somebody coming asking me when will you get a job, okay, I want to do a Prashna course. The moment you announce a Prashna course, everybody will come for it. Why you want to do Prashna course? Because you want to predict when will somebody get a job, when will a lost item be found, correct? But if you take Jyotish, not for the matter of prediction, but to understand the universe, to understand God, God's plan, and you see this today the way I have taught you all, just keep the chart of the moment open throughout your day, whatever is happening, observe, observe, observe. Trust me, you'll become a rishi. You'll become a rishi on your own. Because every small point of house, planet, and lordship, you will master. If you don't master, you'll be forced to master. Are you getting it? If I say, see, look at this Ketu thing which I said, the dispositor of Ketu. Okay. If I say that I'm going to do a course on Rahu Ketu, which by the way I'm planning since the last 1 year. Slides are also ready. But if I say dispositor of Rahu Ketu, if I say Rahu Ketu course, nobody will come. Who wants to learn Rahu Ketu or who wants to learn a planet?
Sir, I want to learn Rahu Ketu.
What I'm saying is,
I will.
No, there are some techniques which I taught to Vidhan, okay, who's preparing my PowerPoints, etc. They went mad. He and one lady, they went mad. They said, sir, another person, 25 years in Jyotish. They said, after hearing your talks on planets, I realized we know nothing about planets. I said, this is what my master says. This is how my master has taught me. That we do not know planets. For example, Saturn in any house, 8th house, 10th house, 12th house. Yesterday, one lady had come from Delhi. We used to do our classes in Delhi, in her place. So I was telling her that professional Jyotish, if you plan your career to become only a professional Jyotish, you will learn nothing. You will be able to predict the date of job, date of marriage. But regarding Jyotish, you will learn nothing. If your intention is the key. If your intention is, I want to know everything about planets, everything about houses, signs, everything about Jyotish, if that's your pure intention, then only you can understand, which a professional Jyotish cannot understand, is if you take Saturn in the 12th house or 10th house or 8th house, you will realize after 80 years of your life, dying in your beds, you will realize with honesty that I cannot even fathom, I cannot even understand what Saturn or any planet sitting in any house is giving. Maximum through books or classes or journals, I can know 1 or 2 points or 5 points. But think, 9 planets, 12 houses, 12 signs. Okay? So 12 into 12 into 9. Correct? That multiple has to give every day, every hour, minimum 1 event to 7 billion people or 3.5 billion people. Am I right or wrong? How much is 12 into 12? Calculator low, Baba.
144.
Sir, 12 into 12, 144.
Into 9. 1440 minus 144.
1296.
1 to
1296.
96.
Let us take 1300.
Yes, sir. We are about
In
30.
last 1 hour of talking with you all, huh? 3 incidents in my life has happened. One my cook, one my this thing, one my neighbor. Correct?
Right? Yes, sir. One incident with me also, sir.
Sorry?
Interruption in my study.
Exactly.
Somebody has come, but I told him, come later.
If we say this is not an event, for example, if we say this is not an event, okay? Many people, you ask them, okay, what happened in your 27th year? Nothing significant. Okay? I will show what is an event. A very small event. Let's assume you're talking on the phone. Okay? Your child comes and interrupts you and asks you, where is my doll? You're talking to somebody who's very big. Okay? And it happened to me once. I was talking to K.N. Rao. My child is coming and asking me, where is my toy? I lost my head on him. Because you can't ask K.N. Rao to repeat. Are you getting it? You can't ask Rao Saab to repeat. It led to a fight. My wife said, you have a very high temper. This is the way you speak to the child. It became a huge fight for 2 days. Because I keep on telling them, I don't go to office. I stopped going to office. Okay. The office is managing on its own. I'm here. I'm working from home. Okay. I try to save those 3 hours of commuting. So if I'm working from home, I need to talk to people. I can't have unprofessional attitude like this. Okay. It is such a small event. If you learn not to react, child asks you, you could have just ignored. He asked me 2-3 times. Okay. I could have still ignored. This event would not have happened. But if you ask me 10 years later, which year this particular fight happened with your child, okay, or that led to big drama in your home, you'll say, what event? No event. Event is momentary. Event is momentary in our conscious. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Every hour there is an event. It depends on the impact it has on you. And it depends on the momentariness or the seriousness of it. Are you understanding? For example, 10 days back, an angel in my house broke. It is a beautiful angel gifted to me by Yuvraj's wife. Okay, she had brought it from Russia. It was special to me. Okay, it was kept in a particular corner of my house. Okay, where protection is coming to me. It broke. Somebody playing football. Obviously, it has to be my child only. Okay, who thinks house is football ground. Okay, when we have a playground right 5 seconds from my house, exactly 5 seconds, 10 meters, no, 5 meters. The playground starts 5 meters later. He broke that angel. My wife called up, said, please don't be angry. This is what has happened. Of course, as an astrologer, the first thing I do is I calculate the impact of why it has happened and what's going to happen in my life further. Are you getting it? So you draw a prashna, okay, something has done something, this, that, etc. Okay. Like we Indians, we know the significance of a god statue breaking, etc. We know all that. Okay. It is anything to the child. But if I would have reacted to the child or beaten him, I would have created 2 events. Are you getting it? Within an hour, I would have created 2 events. The point is, events keep on happening. Okay. Let's go back here to the chart. Okay. And see this. Saturn is third lord or neighbor. Okay. Saturn is connected with 6th lord, that is 4th from 3rd, okay, which is the vehicle of neighbor, okay, which is the vehicle of neighbor. When I opened the door, another event now, when I opened the door, now how does my servant, when I was praying, how did my servant communicate with me? She called up from the access door outside the building. Sir, it's me, please open the door. Okay. Now I have to just press a button on the phone and the door automatically opens at the main gate. You understanding? But because Saturn is dispositor of Ketu, some break has to happen. Somehow the access door did not open. I had to walk out, press the button, open the door, and that means Saturn Mercury communication. She made that phone call. I walked, okay, and because this is not the normal thing that happens in my house. Are you understanding? Every time anybody who comes to my house calls up on my intercom, access door, I click the hash button and it opens. Okay. So this is something abnormal. So an event. And when I go outside, I see my cook standing with a young girl and another servant also. Are you getting it? And that young girl was having a dog in her hand. So now you're understanding how I connected that dog of 20 minutes back conversation. Are you getting it? Saturn is dog. Saturn is dog. Okay. And that lady has taken the dog out for a walk. Mercury. So when I look at this horoscope, the first thing, Saturn Mercury combination, I need to get 10 events. This is what I meant. Saturn sitting in the 12th house at the end of your life. You can't make out even more than 2 events. Saturn Mercury, servant, and this communication. Saturn Mercury, servant cooking methi, that is green vegetable. Saturn Mercury, servant calling up, and access door not opening. Saturn Mercury, dog and walk. Dispositor goes to Venus. Dispositor Jupiter goes to Venus. Correct?
Young girl.
Young girl.
Yes.
Okay. Young girl. Some would call her a good looking girl also. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Okay.
So
Are
your
you
servant was
understanding?
wearing a blue color and a yellow color pajama and a blue color kurta. So Saturn, Jupiter could
I
also
think
work.
wearing something blue. Okay.
Yes, with a yellow color lower pajama or something, sir. Salwar kameez.
I'll have to check. I can't ask her that.
She walked out behind you.
Huh?
She walked out behind you.
Know that what I'm trying to say. I don't remember. Okay. But I think you're right. Blue is what I remember categorically. Okay. Okay. And if you're right, it makes absolute astrological sense because Saturn is in Jupiter's sign. Correct, Dharamjit?
Yes.
Okay. Now, any other event?
Yes, sir. My house, my mother has gone to the doctor for her right and left eye examination. So Moon is there in the second house, right eye dispositor by Saturn, problem with the right eye. And the car in which she is traveling has got less air the tire, which is again Saturn. Mercury is travel or movement.
Bang
And
on.
Ketu means she should have some sort of problem or prescription when she comes back.
Yeah. Yeah. Bang on, bang on. Very great, Dharamji. Very great. Proud of you.
Thank you, sir. आपसे ही सीखा है, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody else wants to contribute? When I see this horoscope, the first thing should be, is anybody's father outside the house or outside the city right now?
Yes. Yes.
Am I right or wrong? Does it make astrological sense?
Yes.
Marina, please tell me why I said this. Come on, it's okay even if it's wrong.
Because it's a lord of 9 house in 12 in the 12th house.
Correct.
Yeah.
Second, son, the Karaka of father,
Mm-hmm.
is also in the 12th house.
Mm-hmm.
Third,
My father.
your father is outside.
No, my father is not in life already for many years.
Sorry.
My father not in life, passed
Okay.
away
Okay.
many years ago.
Okay. This also shows somebody's father is not alive. Ninth Lord in the 12th house of exit. But it also shows somebody's father has gone out to do some work for inheritance. Sign is Scorpio. Sign is Scorpio.
Yes, yes.
Sir, I
We can
think,
hear you.
Huh?
We can hear you.
Huh, Monica?
sir, my father is doing a lot of puja. So I think अभी इस समय वो meditation कर रहे होंगे. 8th
That
house
is what
also
we
represents meditation.
established with the first prashna, first part of it, ninth Lord in the 12th. Correct?
जी sir.
So that is also working here. But I also know for a fact, somebody among you present in this lecture, his father has gone for inheritance work because it is sign of Scorpio, because it is fourth from ninth, fourth of property, eighth of inheritance. Okay, are you understand?
जी sir.
And because Gulika Mandi is present over there in the 12th house, it will create some problems. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
We can see several things. My only request is, from today, make 2 practices. 2 practices. Throughout the day, keep on your phone a program, okay, which is showing your current birth chart, current transit. And then start understanding yogas. Somebody comes, fights with you, somebody talks to you, whom you're talking. Okay. When you go to a much deeper level, you may even come to know their name, the starting word of their name. Okay, but that's a very different part of Jyotish. Whole point is, you will realize just this single tip from me is $1 billion tip. I have given you the utmost secret of Jyotish. Just keep a prashna always with you, whether you want to call it prashna or gochar. And obviously keep on refreshing it every 2 hours when the lagna is changed. Please do that, you know. And see the drama of the universe unfolding. And do what? Simultaneously take every classic, keep on reading houses, 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 houses. Planets, 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 planets. I've given this advice so many times. So then you will understand. Are you getting it? Then you will understand. As to what it is happening. Somebody right now, okay, why I should play games with you. Saturn is employee, 6th lord is employee, 3rd lord is employee, correct?
Yes, sir.
As we speak, my office employee will be carrying a stamp paper, Saturn Mercury, sorry, correct? Okay. Dispositor of it, sorry, Mercury is dispositor of which house? 7th house, correct?
Yes, sir.
My office, so this is the yoga. My office employee will carry stamp paper, Mercury, 6th lord also, because Saturn's dispositor Jupiter has gone with 6th lord, okay? And give it to my wife, because Mercury is my 7th lord. Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Small events, small events. Saturn, Mercury, by the end of this, if you go through this video, you will see it is telling you minimum, at least today we have deciphered 7-8 events just with Saturn Mercury combination. Yes, Varun.
Sir, when I started this lecture today, when this lecture started, my employees had not come to office.
Sorry?
My employees were not in office, right? At 10 o'clock, 10:30, they started coming in. I handed over my mobile to them to attend the phone calls. See, certain mockery thing working.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Mercury communication, phone,
And Saturn employee.
Saturn.
Did you all observe another thing of Saturn, Mercury, or rather Saturn, Moon? Because Saturn is dispositor of Moon here, correct? Correct? Moon is water, placed in Saturn's sign, and I drank water right now with a blue bottle. That is also an event. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
Are you understanding?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is Prashna, absolutely Prashna. Here we are doing reverse analysis. Somebody who's good, like for example, if you go to Kerala and all that, okay, they will straight away say. They will straight away say. Right now, that person will be doing that. You know Venkat Ramana of the Jatak Narayana series that we did.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And that series, if you haven't watched it, the Jatak Narayana YouTube series, you got to watch it. It is mind blowing because it comes from a very great astrologer. Okay, the king had even in fact put his whole weight in gold and given it to him, full gold, his whole weight, 70 kgs, whatever.
Wow.
For that book. I mean, that's the highest award. We call it something Tula Dan or no, not Tula Dan.
Tula Bhar.
Yeah, something we call it. 8-9 years back, Venkat was talking to me At that time, I used to share BSP techniques with him. He was so brilliant and hardworking. He should test it immediately. Next day, he will show it on 10 charts and all that. We were once speaking about getting an author, okay, from Warangal. Warangal is another state or city in Andhra Pradesh. So it was 10:30, 11 in the night. At that time, my strict rule was till 1 o'clock, I would speak to all astrologers, ask them for articles for the magazine and all that, and then I used to go home. So this astrologer was a great astrologer. Okay. And his son was working next to Venkat's office or in Venkat's office. So he said, okay, I will speak to him and ask him tomorrow and request him to submit some articles. Okay. So I just saw the Prashna. I said, right now he is not at home. Right now he's not at home. That old man, old astrologer. I said, no, right now he's not at home. It is not about a prediction. The prediction is useless. It has no value. Okay. It's just about validation of your astrological techniques. Okay. Depends on why you are making a prediction. To show off, okay, or to check a technique. So I said, right now he's not at home. Next day morning, he called me up, Venkat. He said, I just spoke to his son. Okay. And I had at that time said, right now he's traveling. Something like that. I'm forgetting that. Probably Venkat remembers that story. I'll call him up. It's been quite long since I spoke to him. So Venkat, so next day he called me up. He said, I spoke to his son and you're 100% right. 10:30 p.m. last night, he was not at home and he was traveling from Warangal to Hyderabad. Something like that. Are you getting it? The whole point, what I'm trying to tell you all, or impress you all is, I have made predictions, bizarre predictions. Okay. I have made predictions. What is the color of the handkerchief? What is the color of somebody's undergarments? Okay. It's only, obviously not to a female. Okay. It's only to validate a technique with somebody. Okay. And you can only do this with your students. Okay. To double check a technique, which planet is playing. Okay. Point is Saturn will show you blue color and it can also show you yellow color. Don't get stuck in Prashna. A Saturn will show you blue color. It will show you yellow color. It can even show you pink color. And the more you do this exercise that I told you to keep the chart at hand on your phone, okay, you will realize why I made this statement. Why I made this statement. The question that I'm trying to throw back at Dharamjit is, he said, Saturn, my cook, was wearing a blue top, okay, and a yellow bottom, correct? Okay. My question to him is, Saturn is with Mercury, Kendradhipati Lord, so why not green? Why not white? Because Saturn is dispositor of Moon. I am wearing white. Saturn is dispositor of Moon. Saturn is bald. I recently once again became bald. Are you understanding? If you restrict to one or two combinations, you'll go mad. Or rather, wrong word. You will fail. You will fail. My question is, right now I can see 5 people on screen, correct? The other people's cameras are not on or whatever, I do not know. Okay, 5 people on screen I can see. I should ideally be able to predict everybody's color. What top and bottom you all are wearing. Are you getting it? Am I making sense, Baba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very much.
Varun is wearing blue, Saturn color. Monica is wearing something bluish or blackish on top.
Blue and yellow, sir.
Blue, no, I see
Blue sweater.
blue sweater
Yes,
and
yes, a blue sweater and yellow and red combination kurtis.
correct. So the red Mars is aspecting.
Ji sir.
Mars is aspecting, na? Aspecting the Lagna.
Ji sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Amit is wearing blue, something I can see, or black and white and gray. So the gray part comes from Ketu.
Yes, sir.
White part comes from Moon. Blue, black part comes from Saturn. Okay. Marina is wearing something grayish top. So the Ketu part is coming. Dharamjit, I can't see which color shirt you're wearing.
I think it is grey, sir.
So it's blue. It's Saturn blue.
Blue.
Okay. Sorry. यहाँ से grey दिख रहा है.
All the combinations we are covering. But here's the secret. The secret is, if I am wearing white, okay, which
Yes,
is
sir.
Moon's dispositor Saturn.
Moon color.
Moon's dispositor Saturn. So my main pravitti, I don't know what's the correct Hindi word, my main internal disposition for today is Moon with a Saturnian influence. Are you getting it? For Monica, today, of this moment, it is Saturn, Jupiter, Mars. Are you getting it? Look at the Prashna back again.
Yes, sir.
So those three planets are stronger in your case. In my case, it is Moon, Saturn. In your case, it is this Saturn and Jupiter and Mars.
Mouse.
Are you getting it? For
Yes, sir.
Varun, it is more Saturn. But with Moon, with a tinge of Moon. So Saturn is at the top, the bottom tinge of Moon, because white, headphone. Are you getting it? For Dharamjit, although he is wearing blue, I do not know what color pant he is wearing, okay? But,
मुझे बताओ.
Brown.
Brown.
okay? So, Rahu comes. How is Rahu coming in this Saturn? Anybody? Rahu's dispositor is going to Moon, and Moon's energy is coming back to Saturn. Am I right or wrong? But I will always also say with a tinge of Jupiter, because your children were making lot of noise at the start of this, and so was probably your wife. So Mercury's tinge is also coming. Some of us can be absolutely stupid. You know, let me do one thing. Let me post this on YouTube. Okay. Let me post this video on YouTube, and you will see a brand of young kids for whom beyond planets, houses and nakshatras they cannot go. Okay. If look at PVR Narasimha Rao, he creates the greatest of videos. Okay. Greatest of techniques, greatest of researchers. Only 2,000-3,000. But if I put a remedy how to make money, okay, 10,000x. Or understand your Ketu, okay, dance of Ketu, okay, 20,000x. Because YouTube, only youngsters use phones. Huh? Are you getting it? Scholars don't use smartphones, or they don't have that GB and all that. Maximum they will use some WhatsApp. Maximum, old people maximum. Are you getting it? So it's only a young crowd. For me, it has been a big shift from creating a scholarly magazine, removing manuscripts out, which no magazine brought out, okay, to coming on YouTube. It's like falling down. No doubt my mentor has stopped talking to me. We talk, but we don't discuss astrology anymore, okay? Because from that level, I've come down to this level. YouTube is like absolute base of your astrological career. Okay, some people consider it as the height of their astrological career, but for me, it is something else. I have lost respect among scholars. Okay, that's okay. Point is, some of what I'm trying to say is, if I put this on YouTube, all these kids who have zero gratitude, They will all say, oh, this is all fakeology. This is fixing. This is fixing. Why? Whenever you see an article published in any astrological magazine, you'll find one reply or the other. Hey, the author is only trying to fix the event. What they're not understanding is the person who performed surgery when you were getting born on your mother who brought you in life, okay, did that same thing 20 times, 100 times so that he could deliver to you. He did that same thing in his practice in the college 100 times so that he did this fixology so that he can deliver to you. Same fixology when you keep on thinking on charts. Why this event happened? Why this event happened? Why this event happened? The astrological analysis will enhance you. And then you can predict. Then you can predict. Are you understanding? By looking at this horoscope, I should be able to say 2 or 3 days back, there was an accident of several people while traveling. Yes or no? Third Lord, that too Saturn. Third Lord, that too Saturn, with Mercury, with Pluto. You guys are not thinking. Pluto, planet of death. Three days back. Now, don't ask me the secret why 3 days back. But many of you will know the answer if you have attended my Brigu courses. 3 days back, somebody would have shaved the head. As I said, Prashna shows past, present, future. Your horoscope shows past life, present life, future life. Am I right or wrong? So Prashna should also show that. Prashna should also show that. Read today's newspaper. In the last 12 hours, means today's newspaper is reporting probably about yesterday. Okay.
Train accident.
12 hours, 4 rail accidents in UP.
Train accident, yes.
It didn't strike me. It struck me now because Pluto is there. I was thinking, what is this Pluto? It's something. It's an incident. It's something significant. 4 accidents. 4 accidents. Another way, Yatin, very good. Moon, Karaka of traveling, is with Ketu.
So did you get your injection on your right hand 3 days ago? 4 days ago?
No, I'll tell you when. Saturday. Today is?
Today is Saturday.
So last Saturday.
How would we see that?
साला तू पूरा सीक्रेट निकलवाएगा मेरे से. Injection will be signified by which planet?
So Ketu ya Mars?
Can Saturn also signified?
Possibly like a injury or a...
No, beta. What did I say? When I said the hint, Saturn will also show you pink color, this color, that color. What is the meaning of it? A planet will behave like its dispositor. Saturn first is the third lord. Okay? Saturn first is the third lord. Okay?
G.
Okay.
G.
Now this is, if you want to go in detail, it is my left hand. Can you see? It is my left hand. Correct? Okay. But hands, Parashar Rishi says is third house. Chapter 11, shloka number 3. Okay. So hands in general is third house. So let us first take third house. Okay. Third house Third lord in the Lagna. Correct?
G.
They have not given me an injection. They have drawn my blood for a blood test. Mars
Aspected by Mars.
Mars is blood.
Yes.
Correct? First house is body.
Yes.
So this is my yoga. What is the yoga? Now you create the yoga. Third lord in Lagna aspected by Mars. Something to do with blood and hand. Am I creating the
Fantastic.
yoga? Am I
Fantastic.
creating the yoga?
G.
Then you say, because it is dispositor of Ketu and because Mars aspect is there, something sharp. Then you make the prediction. Did you draw blood? Are you getting it?
G.
Did you draw blood? Then you want to go into deeper. You say all this combination, the drama that is happening in the first house, dispositor is going in the 11th house of left hand with Venus. A nurse took it. A male nurse can also do it. It was a female nurse.
I think it is female.
Female nurse. It was female.
Female.
Are you understanding?
Superb, sir.
Superb.
Superb.
Superb, sir.
Pranam.
Rank 1, sir.
Bye, love.
Rank 1.
I'm saying you guys can do this. Right now, to some of you, it will appear like fixology. Trust me, after 10 years, you come to me. You'll say, sir, this one technique, my bab technique. This is bang on. Why? You'll have practiced. It's all about faith. If you have faith in your guru's wrong technique also, you will still make right predictions. And I have done that. I have done that. Not once, not twice, several times. And much later in life, I realized I read my guru's wrong technique. It was not written like this, it was written like this. I was using a wrong technique. I hurriedly read the book. Are you understanding? Now, why 7 days?
But because Saturn comes after 7 days.
The place I visited is called Health Spring. They are a chain of medical units all over India. It has a green logo, Mercury. 7th Lord. One house, 1 day. Second house, 2nd day. That way, 7th Lord.
It is 7.
Back. Mercury, Gemini is in the 7th house. Are you
Sir,
understanding?
can you just show the chart एक बार please? Please chart दिखाइए एक बार sir.
Teeth is which house?
Yes, sir.
Teeth is which house?
Sir, second house. Second house. Sir.
Correct? Correct?
Yes, sir.
अब मुझे बताइए, tell me, somebody's teeth something, some event has happened 7 days back.
Not teeth, but I repaired my glasses. So eyes is again second house.
Correct. My child's teeth I repaired last Saturday, 7 days back. Okay. Fifth Lord is Mars. Okay, not that way. Let me teach it in a more simplified manner. What is the Lagna telling me? The Lagna is telling me that it is connected to Jupiter. Saturn is second lord. Okay. Saturn is second lord connected to Jupiter. Second lord of teeth, connection to Jupiter, child's teeth. Does it make simple sense?
Perfect sense. My daughter is having cavity trouble since last 1 week or 10 days. Super duper sense.
Now, there are 6 more combinations in this horoscope for teeth. I want you all to predict. Come on, which are the combinations? One combination does not give an event. Always remember, 3-4 combinations will give that one single event. Seventh lord, first thing, connected with second lord. Now, here's the technique.
Sir, fifth Lord Mars aspecting Saturn. The second, fifth Lord Mars aspecting Saturn, and Saturn.
Right, very right. And second, Saturn is second lord. So fifth lord, children, that's your second combination. Then you can take ninth lord also for children, because it is Bhavat Bhavam. Ninth lord is Sun.
In this 12th house of expenses.
In the 12th house of hospitalization, I went to a hospital. My child I took. Second from it is Saturn. Second house of teeth. Mercury. What is the meaning of Mercury that everybody forgets in astrology?
Sir, it is a young child.
Forgets. I haven't met a single astrologer who has told me this hidden meaning of Mercury. Look at your horoscope. Wherever Mercury is sitting, you will have to repair that house. Repair that area of your life. Lagao. Lagao Jyotish. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Are you getting it? Jyotish are these small words. That is the beauty of Jyotish. When somebody comes to you, you first come and tell him not what he wants to hear. You tell him what God wants him to hear. Somebody comes, why I don't do professional readings? Why I don't do professional readings? You know, I can show you a very dirty message that came into me yesterday on Messenger, okay, by a hardcore Krishna devotee, okay. I didn't read her chart, she abused me. Bahut dil pe laga. I wrote a message on Facebook, I immediately withdraw it. In 5 seconds, I withdrew it. I felt very hurt. Very hurt. Arey, that man must be going through so much in the last 2 days. And I am not anybody's servant to do a free reading. I don't do free readings. I don't do paid readings. She abused me. And what was her reading? It was not as if she was in some pain. She was depressed that she was missing her father. Her father is no longer alive. Okay. She was missing. So she said, I'm going to watch your video and feel my father, something like that. If I look like your father or whatever, it is okay, it is nice. Okay. But then her question was, will I become an astrologer? I have not become an astrologer myself. How can I advise you whether you'll become an astrologer? You're going to a fool and asking him to conduct surgery on your body. If I knew astrology, boss, all my problems in my life would be solved. I would be earning in crores, millions. And I don't know astrology. And still, if I announce today, okay, I want to do readings, all the sufferings that have happened in my last 9 years of astrology, taking up this ridiculous science of astrologers, meeting astrologers. Astrology is a great science. The science today has ridiculous people. Would be solved even if I announce today. Within a week or month, I will get a reading for 1 crore, 1 million. I know that, but I don't do it. In spite of so much of people hampering my reputation, but it is okay. You come back to this thing, it hurts, it hurts seeing that Krishna devotees this thing. I felt sad, कि मैं किसी को मदद नहीं कर सकता. And I have a golden rule. If I do not know you, if you write to me on Messenger or you get my phone number from anybody else, I will not reply to you. I will not reply to you. Anyway, it doesn't matter. See, there are more combinations here. You look at A9. A9 shows your children. A5, it again shows your children. Okay, so let us look at first A5. As I said, 6 ways you double check. So this is A5. This is your child now. Second from it, okay? Second from it is A6 and A8. And again, all this drama happening in the 5th house. So the teeth of the child. Why 7 days? Because Mercury is 7th Lord. And you go reverse. You go reverse. 1, 2nd day, 3rd day, 4th day, 5th day, 6th day, 7th day. There was a specific technique here. And I was waiting. 10 minutes back, I said this technique. Again, I said it. I was waiting somebody to decipher it.
So
Whenever
one thing I observed.
If a planet, okay, I'll tell half of it. If a planet is conjoined with another planet, say this Prashna. Saturn in Lagna, it is conjoined with 7th Lord. So you ask, did you travel with your wife 7 days back for some entertainment? Why? Mercury. Mercury. 7th Lord, wife. And I did go and watch that Vidya Balan movie called Tumhari Sulu.
Hello, my Sulu, Tumhari Sulu.
Are you getting it? Now I'm remembering all this. Everything has to be shown. Everything has to be shown. Yesterday in my house, a lady came. So I will go to 12th house here.
Yes.
Okay. Now you see here. Which will be that thing? What would have been the discussion with that lady from Delhi?
It is a government related topic.
Sorry?
Politics. Sir, politics are government related topic.
Bang on.
Because sun represent politics and government. Sir.
Correct. And her father is a
Super.
politician.
Super.
She was discussing the politics because it is 12th house. Na? So today is 1st house. 12th
Yes, sir.
house. Yesterday will be 12th house. Correct?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Her father is a politician. 9th Lord in the 12th is a mandir. Discussion of a mandir. Discussion on
Babri
Hans
Masjid.
Baba.
Yes.
Discussion on politics. Somebody cheated me of big money. Okay. she was present at the end part of that deal. Then she was telling me, oh, that person is telling me differently. I said, I have bank transfer. I have bank transfer. You want 12 days of prashna, make that as the lagna also. Are you understanding?
जी सर रोटेट करके.
So yesterday it's a 12th house and tomorrow it's a second house.
Today is first house.
Yes, and yesterday it's 12th house. And
7
tomorrow
days
it's
later.
second.
Tomorrow will happen. Second house.
Yeah. Okay. Mhm.
But this is purely prashna. Purely prashna. See, there are layers to this. One is seeing all round events. Another is catching the chart of the moment and doing it. So this is how it is. Jupiter debilitated whenever I try to help anybody with what do you call children issues. Children issues especially.
Okay.
I get screwed. I get royally screwed. I get royally screwed. Because Jupiter is debilitated. Some karma from some previous life. I must accept my karma. It is easy to say I have been cheated. I must have done something in some previous life to deserve this. Okay, or it is a new karma. When can new karma happen? When your body is weak. Only then disease can come in.
जी सर.
So you, because of your old karma, you made your body weak. And now because of the new conditions, new diseases are coming. Are you getting it?
जी सर.
We can't always say, oh, he is an IT engineer because in the previous life also he was an IT engineer. Baba, IT started only now. Are you getting it? You use common sense.
Yeah.
What you need to say is he had an analytical mind and also a love for new things. So his body was prepared with a certain type of Rahu element.
Yes.
And in this life, he got Rahu element of an IT engineer or whatever. Are you understanding? So your body is weak because of some karma and the new disease comes in. But this is how beauty of karma, how it functions. When fifth lord is afflicted with the eighth lord, children or your students will backstab you. This is the yoga. When fifth lord is associated or aspected by the sixth lord of enemies, children will become your enemy, your child can become your enemy, or your students can become your enemies. Correct? This is the logical yoga, yes or no?
जी सर.
I have it in my horoscope and I have both. I have both the combinations. That too with malefics. Sone pe suhaga. You're getting it? What else do you want in this life? Chaliye, I think we have had enough for today. Too many secrets came out.
Sir, a question if you don't mind. After doing 2 courses with आपके साथ sir, why are we studying Jyotish then?
I have told you.
I mean, अगर सब दिख रहा है या कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा है और हम उसके लिए कुछ कर भी नहीं सक रहे हैं. I mean, and it's like knowing in सामने से ट्रेन आ रहा है और आपको लगने वाली है और आपको मालूम है कि ये हो जाएगा.
Jyotish teaches you the Upachaya houses. And this is where all astrologers have failed, and they keep on debating for hundreds of years in all this Yahoo, Facebook forums and all that, that everything is fixed. Everything is not fixed. The Upachaya houses shows you your free will. The Upachaya, I wish I could share something with you all.
So please share.
Yes, sir.
No, I can't
Please
open
बताइए,
that
sir.
file. I can't open that file. Can you all see my desktop?
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the file?
When will, how to calculate. It's a Word file. It's frozen now. Yeah. Frozen now. How to calculate the free will percentage?
So just tell us, sir. Just tell us.
See this. You see this?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. How to determine
Can you
the
read-
percentage of?
Ji.
Yes, sir.
That is something I hide because it will scare people. Exact calculation of percentage of destiny and free will. Exactly. It gives you in percentage, and it is not my technique. It is not my technique. It comes from somebody who used to be associated with K.N. Rao. But of course, it is not K.N. Rao's technique also. It is that it's an exact technique. Every horoscope, how much percentage of free will and destiny. What is the use of giving that out? It will create fear in people. But if you have free will more, as I'm telling you the basic fundamentals, 3, 6, 10, 11. These are Upachaya houses. Means these houses grow over a period of time. Which are the free will planets? Moon and Mercury. Correct?
Yes, sir.
These can be controlled by various exercises. Moon and Mercury can be controlled by your efforts and your karma. Third house is your efforts, your parakram. Sixth house is your hard work. 10th house is your karma. 11th house is your desire. If you have these three combinations, if you combine, you can control free will, and that is the reason you can manifest your future. But within the boundary of your horoscope. Why? Because these 4 houses are within the 12 houses. Are you all understanding? They are within that. Unless you get combination of these 4 houses and these 2 planets combining with 9th lord and 5th lord or 12th lord. Why? 5th lord of mantra, 9th lord of religious activities, and 12th lord of blessings from saints and all that. Saints always bless with their feet, ideally. Like if you go to Hans Baba, he touches his feet. When he touched his feet on my head, I felt nothing. For 10 minutes he kept it. As soon as he removed his foot, instant energy, instant chakra, awakening or whatever you want to call it. So I traveled. I knew I had to do that travel. I traveled. I went over there. It's been now 1.5, 2 months. The way you can change your destiny is, if you notice, the third house is your communication, your reaction, sixth house. If somebody is stopping communication, you're telling me, Sunil John, you're an idiot. If I'm not reacting, what did I do yesterday? That lady, I could have reacted. And I typed it. Then I said, man, last 1 month you've been trying to change. You've been trying to bring in self-control. Okay. You are giving discourses of it to people. Okay. Last 4 days especially, you have reduced your communication completely. Complete communication have reduced. I don't even talk to my wife and child. Hardly 2 lines, 3 lines. Last 3 days. So then why am I going to do this communication? And I stopped. Once again I typed. Oh, gussa aata hai na? Anger. 6th house. But the karma of the 6th house of fighting is which house? 3rd house. 10th from 6th. So I can control it by not reacting. So I stopped again. What did I do? I suffered myself. I wrote WhatsApp to my healer and to one person who's also present here. I said, why does it happen? In spite of giving so much to astrology that nobody has given. Sacrificing money, career, wife, child, everything. All future problems because of lack of this. Not giving time and money to family. So, in spite of that, people do it. But what did I do? I stopped my 3rd house. So I stopped an event from happening. What could have been the worst, best case scenario? The lady would have apologized. What can be the worst case scenario? The lady could have cursed me. So I stopped an event from happening. Are you getting it? Yes. 3, 6, 10, 11. When you do Maun Vrat, what is Maun Vrat? Keeping quiet. I have given this remedy to Varun. Okay. It is a costliest remedy and the toughest to do. All saints, they follow that. At one point of time in their life, they will follow that. Okay. For example, Swami Rama. He went into a cave for 9 months. In that cave, even light does not come. Light. There is one small hole because of which air comes in. For 9 months, he did meditation. No communication with anybody. You should read that book, Living with the Himalayan Masters. Brilliant. I should read it every day for 3 years. Before sleeping, I would read half an hour, 1 hour. Same story, I'll keep on repeating. When you have no communication with anybody, what is the karma that you're going to do? You're only going to do karma of thought. Where did I fail yesterday? And I thought to myself, for a moment, I got angry at that lady for probably 7, 8 minutes. So from my thought also, that anger came out. Are you understanding? So that is the reason I said 5th Lord, 9th Lord connected. 5th house is your thoughts. 3rd house is your subconscious mind. 5th house is your mind. From your mind also, you should not get angry at anybody. When you try to make that as a habit, every day you just wake up and say, today one thing less I will react. then you have understood the meaning of Upachaya houses of Jyotish. Otherwise, what is the use of learning astrology? It is not about the good karma or bad karma you are doing. The first karma starts with your mind. It's about if you are going to commit, say, 20,000 sins in this life, and you use astrology and you make it 19,000, you are successful. Others who are judging you will observe those 19,000 and say, what a bad man. Correct? The angels and higher guides, the guides who are helping you grow in your spiritual journey, they will at the end of your journey say, at least he has improved 5%. He would have committed 20,000 sins, but in this life he did only 19. He was born with this fixed karma of 20,000, and with his efforts and free will, he reduced it to 19,000. Are you understanding? Are you understanding the sentence, Dharamjit?
Yes, sir. थोड़ा बहुत. So, very deep जो आपने बताया है. Because communication, debts, 10 karma, 11 desire, these are the things which need to be controlled. And from the Kundli, it appears. So, what deep
When you
है?
see which planet is sitting over there, and you play around with those remedies. You don't want to do any Vedic remedies. You just look at Saturn. Planet, say for example, Saturn. What does Saturn show you? Detachment. Coldness. Become cold to an event. Business is happening, it's okay. Not happening, it is still okay.
तो not happening में तो okay नहीं होता है ना sir.
Last Friday, okay. Now come back to that Prashna. Friday will be 8 days,
जी.
correct?
जी.
Will be this house, correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
A4, A7. I was to go out with my wife, A7. In my car, A4. Before that, 5 minutes before that, an accident happened, 6th house. Correct? 6th
Mhm.
house has the aspect of sun, Gulika Mandi, separative. Okay? Yes. It also has the aspect of Ketu. Yes. Okay. Then 6th Lord Venus, again a woman, is with 4th Lord vehicle. Correct? My car is parked in my colony. Big truck comes of someone who was shifting houses. 8th from 4th, house shift. From 4th house of house, 3rd house of shifting. Okay? Exactly it is back. As per the Prashna, it's matching. He, that huge, so banged the car. Side bonnet, top bonnet, because it is the corner, side bonnet, top bonnet, and the side light gone. I said, it's okay. The security fellow came, sir, the vehicle is standing over there. You can go and talk. I said, okay, I'll go and talk. And I was going to go. Who's going to go and fight with that person? Okay, your half an hour would be wasted. Okay, and as such, so much of pending work is there, and I had to go with my wife. So, wife came. No, no, you go and talk. If my friend would have been there, he would have gone and fought. And I said, no, no, we are not into all these things. Okay, we don't deal with such kind of people. I don't want to. I don't like to get into fights. Okay, few thousand rupees, it's okay. Gone. Probably some previous karma. She insisted. I went over there. I spoke to that man. Okay, because she wanted to see that he is getting the money back. Okay, you know these people, they will hardly give you 500,000 rupees. Your 45 minutes will be wasted. Okay. I said to her, our work will not be done. We have so much of work to do. You and me both are going out. 7-8 places we have to go. It will not be done if I deal with this. She insisted, no, 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 you need. I said, okay. I took the driver to a mechanic. The mechanic was not there. Then I spoke to the mechanic's boss. He says, this much 1,000 you'll have to pay to repair. So I gave the phone to the driver. I said, ask your boss to give this money. He said, the boss is telling only give 500 rupees. I got a bit upset. Okay. I brought him back. Okay. To my place. I had to drop him and take my wife also. Okay. I stopped the car in between. I told him, you go and get lost. Don't pay me any money. Even now the car is damaged. Who's going to waste time? Who's going to create karma new? Yes, ideally you should stop and make him pay for it. Okay. But I can still have that choice that Mahatma Gandhi had and that choice that Jesus had when they were slapped and they offered the other cheek. That choice is in my hand. Are you understanding? I am not saying 20,000 events of my life, I'm going to offer the other cheek. I did that on 22nd February this year on Facebook when somebody attacked me and I offered the other cheek. It was a wrong decision from my side because everybody thought that, hey, so many people are talking like this. Obviously that he must have done something wrong. And what was it? I was only actually defending my course. Somebody wanted to make my course free. Correct? So I was defending. But I didn't even defend. I just offered the other cheek. I didn't react. Some students of mine, they reacted. Fine, it's okay. Point is, the more you concentrate on reducing your debts from 20,000 to 19,000, it will help you. You will end up doing 19,000 wrong things. But at least in 1,000, if you're successful, that energy, that trait, that quality, that skill set, you will carry it forward in your next life. You would know how to let go and detach. What does a yogi do? When he takes sannyas, he lets go of every attachment, including his children, mother, food, money, everything. Are you understanding? Unless, of course, you don't feel our life's main goal should be to reach God. Okay? But I'm saying you carry this skill set of reducing your karma. That is how you use Jyotish. That is how you use Jyotish. You understand from Jyotish what is my pending karma. For that, we have the Bhrigu techniques to understand pending karmas. Okay? Like in January now, 21st, I'm going to lecture on a new pending karma technique that I haven't revealed anywhere. Okay? I think in the D60 course, I revealed it. The last lecture. The last lecture. It's a beautiful technique. And after that, you realize, how could everybody miss it? What kind of Jyotish we've been doing for 10,000 years? Okay, how could everybody miss it? But it shows you this is exactly what's going to happen in your life. It shows you. You know, I saw one of the students, she called me later after that lecture, a very dear friend of mine. I saw the horoscope. I said, your life has become hell after you got married and your daughter was born, okay, because Venus was involved, okay, and this hell has been created because of your mother. He was shocked, and the reason is he probably knows that his mother employs black magicians to trouble him. Okay, some property dispute, etc. Whatever be it, okay. Okay, we don't want to go into details, but important is taking a single technique and in 1 second deciphering what is his problem. That is Jyotish. Are you getting it? For example, in a police case, this was a famous terrorist attack. This man was told by an astrologer from his village, do not pick up the phone when it is dark. अंधेरे में phone नहीं उठाना. Okay, that was the actual. Now what happens is, this man was a policeman. Okay, there was a terrorist attack in Bombay, and the police were outnumbered because it was in a different locality. Okay, so he went and he hid in the vehicle, and he called up his boss. Sir, there is an attack. Please send the team. Okay, so he hid in the back of the vehicle, the back seat. वो क्या जीब रहता ना, जीब जीब has that triple layer ना, that triple thing. So in that area he was lying down and hiding and making that call. Now incidentally the terrorists came and they did not find any car. Okay, so this was the nearest one. They smashed the glass, sat over there and shattered the car or whatever. Okay, so his boss called back to inform that we are sending people, don't worry. We are sending the police team, don't worry. So the phone rang. Phone rang. It was night time. And it was behind in the car. Dark. He picked up the phone, the terrorist caught him, shot him point blank. That is a Jyotish prediction that can save you from a karma of whatever.
But that was karma. He was not supposed to pick up, but he picked up.
Sometimes third lord is in the 8th house, and there are 108 meanings of third lord in the 8th house.
So also the time it would have occurred would have had a bearing.
Sorry?
जिस समय पर उसको वो फोन आया रहेगा तब उसका ट्रांजिट भी थोड़ा गया ही रहे.
All the transits, gochar, dasha, common sense. Third lord in the 8th house in a dark sign. It has to be 108 meanings. We don't think like this. Village astrologers, from Guru they have learned. Now, they haven't learned from YouTube and Facebook. Their diet, their chavanprash is Guru's gali. You know, chavanprash we say na, is the magical thing that we eat. Okay, like for example, here is a chavanprash bottle. Okay, this is the Ayurvedic thing. Good for health, we say na. Okay, their chavanprash, those students' chavanprash is Guru's gali, the abuses of the Guru. Today, if the Guru abuses, the student disappears. I once shouted 3 weeks back, 4 weeks back, I once shouted, okay, not even shouted, just mentioned, Are, my student is not checking homework. Next day, resignation letter. Next day, resignation letter. This is how today's children and students are. You can't help it. Anyway, I think it has become a 3 hour.
Sir, एक question. Sir, एक question.
हाँ, बोलिए.
सर मैंने 2 दिन पहले D12 पे वीर जी गाला जी सर का लेक्चर सुना था YouTube पर। उन्होंने ऐसा बताया कि डी चार्ट्स पे अगर लग्न में ही होता है तो वो बाधक होता है।
वो उनका व्यू रहेगा, उनका स्टडी रहेगा. दैट मस्ट बी हिज स्टडी, दैट इफ लग्न लॉर्ड इन a divisional chart is in the
जी
lagna,
सर।
that must be his study.
Yes,
I left divisional horoscopes 14-15 years back. I use only Rashi chart now and D60. I don't even bother about Naumach.
जी सर।
Yeah, Varun.
So about the free will, 3, 6, 10, 11.
About the
Is it free will of a horoscope and 3, 6, 10, 11. Is it that if there is free will more, astrologers predict that chart?
yeah, that is the reason I said now that word file which I showed now, how to calculate the percentage. See, there was this lady. When did I first test this? When you have free will more, okay, you're changing the path. Okay, you're changing the path. Now there is a method to calculate 7 minutes per day. Every day 7 minutes come in your life. Okay, where the planets have no effect. One of the world's topmost astrologers just mentioned it in his book. In the next edition of the book, he removed it. Okay, though you can guess the name, okay, of the astrologer. Very old man now. Okay, but there are time periods when free will are more active. During that time when you do an act, okay, then you change the course of your chart. Now I'll give you a small example. This is the question I asked in Yahoo groups. So he said D60, his theory is D60 is the chart of past life. Correct?
Yes, he said.
Yeah. Now Parashar's view, my view and K.N. Rao's view is probably different. Or my interpretation and K.N. Rao's interpretation about that Parashar shloka is different. Okay. That it is, that particular shloka says all events,
all events,
all types of events, okay, past, present, future, okay, all types. So obviously, now that you are doing the D60 course, you know that particular shloka, how it is working, okay, all past, present, future, you know, we can see it from D60. We have proven it on so many charts, okay. Varun is doing that course with us. Anyway, I'm not trying to disprove Sanjay. I will never, try to do that. He's a great scholar, whatever. At that time, I asked that question in Yahoo groups. If D60 is the past life, the first time a soul takes a birth, every soul will take a birth at any given point of time. There will be his first birth, maybe 10,000 years back, 1 million years back, whatever. Okay. At that time also astrology will be applicable. Correct? At that time also that particular horoscope of his will have a D60. Correct? Now what is his past birth? What is his past birth then? Are you getting it?
Absolutely.
Whatever be the yoni of a person, whether he was a plant or animal or whatever, there has to be the first time a first birth.
Yes. Yes.
That birth's horoscope will be constructed.
Right.
Some of us will say, oh no, because he's an animal, you can't have D20. Okay? So some people say it. The Shadavarga, the Dashavarga schemes, they say this is applicable on Brahmin, this is applicable on Kshatriya, etc. and all that. If you read Jatak Tattva, not the Jatak Tattva of Mahadev Pathak, the Jatak Tattva of Lord Buddha. The Jatak Tattva of Lord Buddha, where he describes 34 or 18 lives of his before he became Buddha.
Okay.
It's the greatest book on spirituality. Once you read it, you will realize whatever is happening in the name of spirituality is a joke after you read that book. Then you realize the greatness of Buddha. In one life, he was a monkey. In one life, he was a tiger. In one life, he was an ant. Then you see the spiritual act done by him, the karmic act done by him. Then you realize all these theories that an ant cannot have D20 or D10 or whatever, or a monkey cannot have, is all useless. So the point is, yes, we should always accept Guru's sayings, but we should use some intelligence also. Some basic common sense we should use. So your experiences teach you that. So have I answered your question, or is some part remaining?
Sir, how to calculate free will?
No. I haven't taught that to Yuvraj and Anuradha and Arjun also. How can I teach you that? Okay. Then it is dangerous. It is dangerous. You must understand.
Some hint for research? I do the research.
No, I'll give you the hint with my experience. 2004, I was interacting with a lady astrologer in USA. She was an Indian. And she was very rich in the IT industry over there. But she was not getting married. She went to all these Yahoo group astrologers, all this, so many traditional astrologers she went to and all that. All astrologers' predictions failed in her horoscope. She became good friends with me. That time this technique had come to me. I tested it in her horoscope. In her horoscope, or what I broadly remember, okay, she had 65 or 66% as free will. And her 7th house calculation was also that. The free will component was very strong. And that is the reason all the astrologers were failing in her horoscope with regard to 7th house matter. Because she was not getting married. And the whole horoscope had more free will. So she was using a lot of this thing. Oh, I want him to be tall. He must be dark also. He must be handsome also. He must be stinking rich also. He must have a lot of humor also. He must give me a lot of liberty. He should not try to change me. Are you getting it? Because see, today's modern man or woman, we want everything custom made. Custom made apps, custom made clothes, all that we want. Life, unfortunately, is not custom made. That's the unfortunate joke of life. Yes, God has given you your free will to make it custom made. God gave that free will to Valmiki. You have killed so many people, chopped their fingers, chopped their heads. Sage Valmiki, right? Now, God appears and gives him a shloka, a mantra. So recite this. Your karma will reverse. And he started that. He could not recite also. Rama, Rama, Rama. He could not recite. So it became Mara, 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 reverse. Rama, Rama. He took the middle part, Mara. This is how the story goes. I might not be very exact in it. Okay.
Interestingly, it is just like your technique that you said, that you read your master's technique in the wrong way, but it still worked it right.
Faith.
The same with mantra.
Faith moves mountains. Faith moves mountains.
It reversed.
Absolutely.
It reversed the karma. And look at what Sage Valmiki did in his life later. He wrote Ramayana, this, that, etc. Whatever. For millions of people, Ramayana has been a standpoint in Bible, a standard work. Maryada Purushottam Ram. Only he is called Maryada Purushottam of all the Vishnu avatars. Are you getting it? What should be the principles of a man? How he should even sacrifice everybody around him just because his father gave an oath. Are you getting it? So many things in Lord Ram's life. No? Forgiveness. No hatred. See, this is what I was discussing yesterday with that person. Man abducts his wife. Man abducts his wife, takes her away. Lord Ram goes, wanders everywhere trying to find her. Spends so much of time wandering. Couple of years, I think so he took. Then he takes the help of people, does all these fights, drama and all that. Comes and about to kill Ravan, who has taken his wife. Kidnapped his wife. Still he says, ask forgiveness, I will spare your life. Greatness, na? For a man, if his wife has been taken away by someone, is the biggest insult. Correct? Biggest insult on his manhood. And even after his manhood, the issue comes, okay? The big scandal is his wife was away with him for so long. Something could have happened with, she might have done sex with somebody else, whatever. That scandal comes, no? So he's taken it so positively. He did not hate Ravan. I can be wrong and I stand to be corrected. Maybe as per me, of course, I have read Adhyatma Ramayana only. I have not read the Ramayana. I have read Adhyatma Ramayana. Adhyatma Ramayana is a bit different than Ramayana. Okay, slight variations. It actually gives you the spiritual meaning behind it. Okay, nowhere in that is a shloka where Lord Ram hates Ravan. Nowhere you will find Mahatma Gandhi hating the Britishers. Nowhere you will find him writing, I hate Britishers. Are you getting it? He fought such a long battle. Hate is easy. Anybody can hate. Forgiveness also possible. Still you can have that thing in your thing, unless it's total forgiveness. Hate is easy. Any kid can hate. You see a small kid, 7-year-old, another boy comes, takes his toy, he instantly fights, hates him. Oh, Dada, I don't like him. He's a rascal. He always takes my cycle away and runs away with the cycle. Easy to hate. Easy to hate. माँ के दूध में ताकत है. You cannot hate. You cannot hate. Are you getting it? So, my dear friend Varun, 3, 6, 10, 11. In Mahatma Gandhi's horoscope, he has Rahu and Moon in the 10th house. Why I gave this example, you should think. Unless you remember that horoscope, you will not correlate. Moon is mind. Libra Lagna. Chandra is 10th lord of karma. Rahu is foreigners, Britishers. He finished his karma with the Britishers. Correct? But he used his mind and did not create future karma. And you see today, so many Britishers, they love Mahatma Gandhi. Takat hai to do that, to love Mahatma Gandhi. British Empire dropped, started setting down. The sun in the British Empire started setting because of Mahatma Gandhi or India, whatever you want to say it, or the Indian freedom fighters. Let me not forget you are from Calcutta, so also I will say Subhash Chandra Bose also. Otherwise you will get angry, you will say, I am going to go on a hunger strike. You did not mention Subhash Chandra Bose.
No, Monvrat.
Monvrat. Okay? So you need to understand 3, 6, 10, 11. 6th house. What is 6th house? 6th house is enemies. Easy to hate enemies. Easy to hate enemies. I can also hate people. All the people who have cheated me in the last 2 years. who have backstabbed me. And I did hate them for quite some time. Let me tell you, I did. But what have I learned now? When I see those same symptoms, anybody trying to come close to me, I push them away. If people don't come close to me, they can't harm me.
They can't harm you.
Or they can harm me
Absolutely.
less. They can harm me less. Correct? That's how you do it. My question to you is, if the karma theory works, if somebody has blood cancer, somebody has a liver problem, somebody has a jaundice problem, diabetes problem, insulin problem. Okay. You know, we have this very famous Indian theory of karma, okay, which I believe is a slightly incomplete theory of when you say it that way. When you say it that way, it is incomplete. If somebody cheats me, okay, if somebody cheats me, what do we say Indians instantly? Okay, either we hate them or we say, oh, I must have cheated him back in some previous life. Correct? Okay. My question now to you all is, can we blindly apply that in 6th house matter? 6th house is diseases. In one
No.
area of 6th house of cheating, you can use that blindly. In case of diseases, just imagine normal human being of today, today's pollution world, etc., whatever stress world that we live in. Okay. In one lifetime, we get at least 20-30 diseases, some major, some minor. Am I right or wrong? Okay.
Right.
Okay. So how is it that if I get a heart problem, I gave somebody a heart problem because of which it has come? No.
No. No.
New disease. Let's assume a new disease. Okay. Called angina polycythemia, something like that. Okay. Let me create a name. Okay. By which, okay, a special type of tumor is created in the brain. It's a new disease that has developed because of chemical food, biological food, or whatever. So we obviously did not give that disease to somebody in the previous life. No? I'm just talking for the sake of showing an argument from another angle. Correct? Okay. So it is a new karma coming. One. Or like that 16th century classical work on medical astrology. Only book available with Sanskrit shlokas on medical astrology says at the start, our karma, all kinds of karma, come to us also transferred in the form of diseases.
Exactly. Exactly.
The name of the work is Veer Simhavalokanam. Okay. For no, in that book, for each disease, it is telling what possible karma was done. Each disease, heart disease, these are the possible karmas done in previous life or this life. Are you getting it? It's the only work. You ask any YouTube astrologer today if he has heard of this book or even read this book, obviously not. 99% of astrologers of India have not even heard of this book. Go to any local guy or write on any YouTube forum. What is this book called? All these gurus, they have not done it. Are you understanding? It gives you, I'm not saying that book might be right. Okay. It was written by a 16th century king who was supposed to be extremely knowledgeable in Jyotish. And obviously, today I myself have 100 to 150 hidden books, rare books. I have. Okay.
Sir, you did not give me that book.
No. Think a 16th century guy, and that too a king, with so much of access to so many manuscripts and libraries. How much he will have? Correct? No, he's obviously taken it. Like Mahadev Pathak's book, although it is written in 1880 or somewhere. Okay, Jatak Tattva. Okay, but everybody, though, you need to go and find out first who was Mahadev Pathak. Mahadev Pathak has had the biggest and rarest library of Jyotish in India at that point of time. Another was that Brigu guy, Tejan Bose's friend, my mentor's friend also.
Who died at the age of 23, 26, 31.
No. Oh, Balbir Singh. Balbir Singh. Most people have not heard of Balbir Singh. He just wrote, I think, he brought out one book on Mangal Dosha. I have that book. Where it is, I don't know. He had the biggest library. My mentor had seen that library. Anyway, so these are rare things. To find out the importance of a thing, you find out background. Whether it is true or wrong, we do not know. In my this thing, why would a king who has all the world's knowledge and enemy, world's knowledge, okay, or so much of wealth, okay, why would he come up with a book? Does he have so much of spare time? I mean, he can have 10 wives, okay, conquer the next kingdom, okay, why would he write a Jyotish book? This is the way I look at it. Anyway, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is the basic concept is how does diseases come? Why it comes? Sometimes God gives us certain diseases on purpose for us to learn something else. For example, the famous Nobel Prize winner, Rose, Death and Dying, she wrote that famous thing. She wrote, Swedish lady. Okay, we in fact discussed her horoscope in the second issue of Saptarishi's Astrology magazine 9 years back.
Mary Ross.
Oh,
Mary
huh?
Ross. Mary Ross.
Some Ross. Okay.
Yeah, Mary Ross, and she married to another. Her husband was also a Nobel laureate.
Yeah.
Her brother was also a Nobel laureate.
Brian Weiss, the famous author of Death and Dying, of Many Lives, Many Masters. Okay. In his other book on love, okay, in the first introduction, he is speaking to her or something, or her daughter, something like that. I'm forgetting the story now. I read it many years back. What is important is not the details. Important is her mother got cancer. So she's discussing with Brian Weiss as to why. So one day she sat down in meditation, okay, and she spoke to God. She said, how come you gave my mother cancer? She has not harmed a single person. In her village, everybody would come to her. She would give them money, help, everything. Everything. Not a single sin she must have ever done. Or she's not even ever spoken even a single lie or anything bad against anybody. How is it you've given her cancer, made her bedridden for 4 years? What replies?
Sadness.
Sadness. Okay. God replies, do you want your mother to take another birth, again relearn all the lessons of life, and come to the same stage of learning a particular lesson of life? Or you want her to complete that lesson in this life only? Because in the next life, there is no guarantee you'll reach that stage again. She says, what is that stage? Said, your mother was perfect in every way. Your mother was absolutely perfect in every way. But she had only one flaw that she had to master. Only one lesson to master in this school called life. She says, what? Your mother always used to give. She was not capable of asking help. She felt some kind of hidden ego or something like that. Oh, if I ask help, some kind of conscious, many people have this consciousness. If I ask help from people, okay, it's wrong of me to ask. Many, even I have this same problem. Okay. Some other people also, I know, have that problem. They feel hurt egoistically, or they feel, oh, I need to be a nice person. I need not be selfish. I cannot ask help, So God says, this karma was remaining. So she was bedridden for 4 years, so that all her life she learned to give, but she must also learn to receive. So she was bedridden, and for 4 years, she learned this lesson of receiving help from you, from the nurse, and from others. Learn to receive that equal balance. Equal balance. Our definition of karma or understanding spirituality is sometimes limited. And this Brian Weiss book, Weiss, however you pronounce it, explains it so beautifully. So beautiful. What was my ego? Even till date, I don't accept donations. Okay, because I always have that fear in me. If I take money from someone, he will then want a favor, which if I am not in a position to do, then it becomes wrong. Second fear in me, if I take help from someone in terms of money, he will then say, see, I helped Sunil John. That's my ego. Are you getting it? And once, twice, when I failed, especially with that Kendra workshop in Bombay 4 years back, I lost a lot of money. At that time, 2 people helped me. I was forced to take that help because I'd gone bankrupt. So God shows that. No? God shows that. It's your ego. Because if everything is God, if everything is a part of God, whether I'm giving money or receiving money, does it matter? I'm only taking from my left hand and putting it on my right hand, or taking from my right hand and helping my left hand. Am I right or wrong? Are you getting it? Anyway, it's now 4 hours. I am tired. So many phone calls also. It's a pleasure talking to you all. I think you have only one thing that I need. I had in the ad, there were 3 BSPs promised. 2 I have already taught. I think the 24, 44 I have taught. Okay. 1 BSP I will teach. Okay. Which I was supposed to teach today. But since you all said Prashna in that Facebook forum, this Prashna became such a big one.
It was fantastic, sir. Better than any Prashna class you could have ever had.
Thank you. Thank you. And there will be one more class. I think it's tomorrow. I need to speak to VP Goel or Madhura. It is on question answer session on general doubts in astrology, specific doubts. Please don't ask theories on karma, etc. Ask specific doubts, how a particular planet behaves or this or that, whatever. It's for the beginners course, whatever has been your curriculum. I repeat, curriculum. In that, whatever doubts you have, you will ask him tomorrow. I think it is tomorrow only. Okay, this was a special class. Okay, so let us clear that. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you
sir.
so much.
Thank
sir.
you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.